Hello YouTube, this is the Sim Basketball Operator bringing you an NBA 2K commentary. This will be the creation of my association, and as you can see by the title, I am going to be choosing the Cleveland Cavaliers. Now, I know a lot of other YouTubers have been using the Cavaliers, but they've done pulled off some pretty amazing trades and made some pretty amazing roster changes that I think I won't be making, so this will be a different association. And the settings mostly the same, and just like my career, it will be a 12-minute quarter length, and it will be an 82 game season. And so here, just to show you the Cavaliers, they're a really young team. They have an average age of 24. They've got 10.77 million in cap room, which I think is the greatest in the NBA. They are a dismal 21-45 last season. And for these in-season task and off-season task automations, I'm going to turn all of them off because all these things I'm going to be doing myself. I don't want the computer doing anything to screw it up. And even though there is some simulation. So for player roles, Kyrie Irving is my star. The starters that was given is going to be the same. But Daniel Gibson, I'm going to move to a role player. And Tyler Zeller, I'm going to move to a prospect. And CJ Miles, a sixth man. This is mainly because of overall, and also CJ Miles is probably going to be used more as the wing off the bench. Luke Walton, I did role player, even though he's not really a role player because he doesn't contribute much. But basically, he gets upset, and I try to get those reward points at the end of the season. So keeping him happy is one of my priorities. So here I'm just saving, and I managed to create a draft class. The reason why is because I have certain beliefs about different players. For 2014, I might load a draft class because other than the top players, I don't know much else and who's going to be staying and who's signing and whatnot. So this draft class is my creation. If it all goes to plan, Shabazz Muhammad will be the #1 pick. And right here, I have 3.57 million, which is just enough to hire the 3 best prospect scouts available. And unlike in previous games, the scouts, there are at least 3 people with A level and A potential. And if you have A level, you want A potential, so they maintain that A level because obviously they can't improve. And I'm not sure what else they do other than make an accurate prediction, but it's good to have all 3 so you can, especially on a rebuilding team, you can find new players and whatnot. So now I want to talk about our roster. We have a total of 14 players following the Luke Harangody release, and Kevin Jones hasn't been added to the roster yet. So what my plan is to trim that roster, and I'm actually going to cut out our 2 backup point guards that are listed and use Daniel Gibson as a backup point guard. Yeah, see, that's Donald Sloan and Jeremy Pargo. Daniel Gibson I consider more of a shooting guard and point guard, and then CJ Miles I'm going to move to shooting guard. And my big man, I like a 5-man rotation, and I can't really trade for much because I want to keep my picks, so that's going to stay the same. But basically here is what I'm going to do is pretty much just dump them off to gain an extra second round draft pick. Second round draft picks don't amount to much, but I can use them in future trades just to give that extra push to convince a team. And Jeremy Pargo and Donald Sloan, they don't really do one thing particularly well. They're not the greatest defenders. I mean, Jeremy Pargo's got athleticism, and Donald Sloan's just an average guy, and they both don't progress that well. So I'm just dumping them off to the Suns. They're the only team with enough players, enough player space and cap space. So I'm just putting it there. And right here I'm setting my rotation. As you can see, I'm lowering my starters minutes to a maximum of 30. The reason for that is because my best players, Irving and Varejao, pretty injury prone. And G and Thompson, I'm limiting their minutes so I can satisfy my other players. Again, I'm going for those reward points, and also because I like the skill set that some of my players bring off the bench, like Zeller, his height and his length and his jump shot. Same with Lure's jump shot. CJ Miles is a good all-around player, pretty much the same skill set as Alonzo G without that posterizing skill. And Omri Caspi and Luke Walton, they're not completely used to this. They can actually shoot the jumper. And so that's it. I'm just going to show you the schedule. And I'm starting from the beginning. So first game here is against Washington, and this is the Sim Basketball Operator. More associated videos to come. Thanks.